In this video, I'm going to go over my big bets for 2025 and what I think the most important skills are going to be. These are skills that I'm currently learning or trying to get better at. These are some of the biggest areas or skills I think will be the most valuable in the next 2 to 3 years moving forward. So let's go over it right now.
I always tell people, sometimes I get, we'll have a good quarterly conference call or something, and Wall Street will like our quarterly results, and people will stop me and say, congratulations on your quarter, and I say, thank you. But what I'm really thinking is, that quarter was baked 3 years ago. Right now, I'm working on a quarter that's going to reveal itself in 2021 sometime. And that's what you need to be doing. You need to be out sort of, 2 or 3 years in advance.
Just as a preface, I really like this Jeff Bezos quote, which is how he constantly gets a question of what's going to change in the next 10 years, but he rarely gets a question, what's not going to change in the next 10 years? And he mentions that this question is more important. So I think it's important to know what will be important in 5 years, 10 years, especially with all the new AI advances, so that you can best use your time when you're trying to upskill or make more money. Yeah, so these are the 3 areas that I thought of: engineering, sales, and others. For engineering, the most valuable skill that I think engineers or people that want to build products will be is being able to design simple and scalable software systems. And the reason that I think this is important is because in the next two years, I think it's going to be really easy to just give AI the code or give AI the prompt to create an entire app. But what's going to be the most impactful thing is how you design systems so that it's not only simple, but also scalable when you get more users. This will be super important. The way that I'm currently learning it is I read a lot of engineering blogs by these big tech companies, and one of them is Uber. So they have this blog which they will write a lot of technical posts, and it's all free. For a lot of these posts, they're dealing with systems that have a lot of users. Here they're talking about auto categorizing exabytes of data. So this is a lot of data. So they'll go through and explain the problem, how they think about it, and then what they're doing to solve it. Even if your app doesn't have this many users or this much data, I think it's just important to understand how to create a system that can handle this type of data. And oftentimes it doesn't involve this crazy hack or this crazy solution. It's mostly just keeping stuff very simple and making sure that you're structuring stuff the right way, especially on the high level. What I'm doing is I read through these blog posts by Uber, Netflix, Amazon, Facebook. All their technical blogs are very good. So if you go to like engineering at Meta, they'll have super detailed technical posts. But yeah, I've been reading a lot of these, plus Uber, Netflix, and all these other big tech companies. That's for the first one, which is just being better at designing simple and scalable software systems. I've gone past the point of learning new frameworks or new libraries because a lot can be learned on the go. But I think learning how to design big scale systems, oftentimes you have to work at the company or read these blogs to really understand how to design it. Yeah, that's just one thing. And then for sales and marketing, so I think in the next 2 to 3 years, YouTube will be even bigger for people that will be big for people that want to create software. The reason for that is there's gonna be a lot of AI spam, and I think just having a face to your product and being able to show it off in a video will be a big moat. So I think YouTube will be pretty big. That's one area that I'm investing a lot in, which is like learning how to create better YouTube videos. This isn't just recording or editing better, but it's also like, how do I make better thumbnails, or how do I title the video better, or how do I even pick content ideas that people care about? That's all under creating better YouTube videos. And then the other one is funnel building. This is like, how do I get people that watch the videos to be aware of the problem, plus aware of a solution that can help them solve their problems? And I think just a lot of this is probably mostly learned through like observing what other companies are doing and then copying it or making it better. But also a lot of it will be experimenting and seeing what works and reflecting on how I can improve. Yeah, these are the two things I'm doing for sales and marketing. I will be spending some time like improving my copywriting plus like sales skills, being a better communicator, which is through recording more YouTube videos. So yeah, those are for sales and marketing. And then for other ones, which I think will be even more important with the fact that we can make apps really fast now, which is basically having design taste. So what I mean by this is having apps that look good. I think in the past, I didn't really think too much about design, and I've been the mentality that if it works, it kind of just works. But over time, I realized that there's a real edge in having apps that actually feel good to use, plus actually look good. And the reason that I realize this is because there's apps in certain categories that have the same functionality, but people use those apps because the user experience is better or simply because the app looks better. I think with the fact that apps will be so easy to make, the real moat will be designing something that people are really drawn towards. Even in real life, if you go to a city and there's 10 hotels, most people will be drawn towards either the one that is super low priced, has a nice view or a nice aesthetic. So I think having a nice aesthetic will be a big moat, especially if you have good taste. And the way that I've been improving at this is basically I have this Google Sheet where I go through a list of e-commerce sites and pick out the designs that I like, plus the really nice user experience or buttons or color or anything that has like a nice aesthetic. So I'll just put it here, and then it just like trains my brain of learning what's good design and what's good aesthetics. And then like from this, I'm using it in my own apps where I'll like take inspiration of the color scheme or the design and also porting it over. I think there's a real advantage because people in software or SaaS, they don't really care about design. So I think if you do care about design, this is a big moat. So yeah, these are like the three main buckets of learning that I've been focused on. For engineering, I'm spending like 5 hours per week on this one, maybe 10 to 15, and then this one like 5. That's the breakdown. But I think all three will be equally important, especially in the next 5 to 10 years as AI progresses and we're able to make apps so much faster. And yeah, these are just my thoughts and what I think will be the most important skills. You guys might be on different steps of where you're at in the learning when it comes to building products and building apps. I've been building apps for a while now. I think these three are the main ones that I will be focused on. Let me know if you like this video, and I will see you next time.